Hey gang, how are you? It's Mobb Guppy, where the Guppy is the mob. Let me get myself sorted in here. Lunatic Fringe, Chewy, first one in. He suggests that you, yes, you at home, our fine viewers at home, we're in your car, at your workplace. I give a thumbs up. Vinay, color Guppies. How are you enjoying those sword tails? Petroman, 1185. I've sort of dedicated this live stream a little bit to newbie questions because a lot of times people who start in the hobby, excellent, I'm glad you're enjoying them. A lot of times people who start in the hobby, they've read books, they look on Facebook, they look sometimes at fish tube channels. And I'm going to tell you, there's a lot of really bad information available. I will let you know, I'm not the perfect expert, but I've been keeping fish, since I was 5 years old, so 45 years. I almost continually, there have been periods where I haven't had a tank up, but guess what, gang? Experience, and learning from people who are experienced. The man invented the 5-finger death punch, Peter Thiel. Muppet, 929. That's fine. Lurk away, my friend. It's so we can all learn from mistakes that we make. And how do you lessen mistakes? Learn from people who really know. It's I have been our buddy John Oliver put me on as Monster Fish Gal as a moderator on the All Guppies USA page on Facebook, which is huge. And it has a thing where the questions have to be approved, etc. Sometimes if I see a question, I will answer it right away. I'll approve it, then answer the question right away. A lot of times because there are people that will get in that give 180 degrees the wrong answer. They're all well-meaning. They don't know anything. And knowledge in our hobby is power. And you can read books. That's great. I was watching a guy on one of the, and I'm not going to call the guy out, but claimed to be a guppy expert, but only had kept guppies for less than a year. You're in Knoxville at a quilting show. Chattanooga Ed, everybody. So here's the deal, is that you can read about anything that you want to learn. And being book smart on something doesn't mean a whole lot because, hey, Kevin, how are you? Because it doesn't get into practice. So if you went to college and got a career, I did, I went and I got a career. After all that schooling, all that stuff, I walked in on my career. And by the way, I think this is standard for everybody. You walk into a career and you think you pretty much know everything, and all of a sudden you find out, oh, huh? Oh my goodness, I didn't know that at all. And so when you go in from college and getting a university degree is fine, and I'm not criticizing it. But it's book knowledge, not practical knowledge. Your professors, they know everything there is to know about the subject in which they teach, but they're not practicing it in an actual environment. When you can read all the books you want, and those are great, not going to criticize the book learning. Big on book learning. The big deal is you need to have practical knowledge. And hey, Don Gallagher's in the house. How did I miss you? Did I miss anybody else? Rico Stan. Rhyming is hard. Words are hard, generally, Rico Stan. Words are hard. That's what we say at my office. I don't get feces book, fish groups. Got out of all them except the IFGA. Yeah, again, it's one of the things that you have to learn in life, and trust me, this was very difficult because I got a big mouth, is learn when to listen. And when you learn how to listen and when to listen, it's pretty doggone important. Yes, for you non-geeks, yes, that was Spider-Man. The best cover of that song by the Ramones, everybody. The Ramones. Did my grocery shopping today. Really nice. I've got set up for food for the next couple of weeks. Which is strong. And so, yeah, I'm looking forward to it very much. Carrie, how are you? Yeah, pretty sad that Dusty Hill passed away. I read an article, by the way. Why is not MFG not a mod? Okay, hold on. Let me fix that. I can rectify that. There you go, Monster Fish Gal. Fixed. She's wrenched. So my so again, as you go through with any hobby, as you go through with anything in life, practice makes perfect. Here's a couple of my it doesn't matter if you're getting a dog or a cat or or fish. Don't be scared to pay up front for quality. It's if you pay up front for quality from fish, especially for fish, people spend a hell of a lot of more money than they should on equipment and don't get high quality fish. I can set up an aquarium. We can all start off with the aquarium at the same price. I can set up the rest of the aquarium for sometimes a third of the price that you get than if you bought it all at PetSmart or Petco at your LFS. And because I set up a lot of aquariums, guess what? I want to do it cheap. Fish. Who in here has fish? Probably none of us. But again, if you're going to get fish, if you're going to get quality stock, spend the extra money. And by the way, if you want to save money buying fish, go to your your local fish club, LFC, your local fish club. There are table sales. I've been to a couple this year selling stuff. You get high quality fish for sometimes great bargains. Sometimes people show up at these things, the people who are selling fish, and they want fish store prices. Or plus fish store prices for this, basically the same fish. The deal is, though, if somebody bred it in their home aquarium, that fish is going to be a lot better than one that you get at an LFS. And again, I love our LFSs. I support them. I occasionally bring a few guppies over to each one, just because I want them to succeed. I want them to succeed all the way around. Chewy, Lunatic Fringe. Thumbs up, everybody. Thank you, sir. Get back on the thing. Because this is the Fish Room Barbershop where pretty much everything goes. Mike's Aquatics and things. Kansas in the house. So, Chewy the Great White North, yes. Oh, so I read this article about, last year. And it was going through the list of our favorite musicians. We have many we had many excuse me, now I'm back on the subject. So list of rock stars that are all in their 70s. It's like Dusty Hill passed away this past week. ZZ Top. Let me just tell you something. We are going to see over the next 5 years or so, it's going to be every week we're going to be saying goodbye to one of these great rock stars. They're all in their 70s. Some of them are hitting 80. The Rolling Stones got, I think Charlie Watts is in his 80s. Keith Richards there's Keith Richards. How he's still alive, I don't know. Bob Kaler can't make it today. His ankle monitor is plugged into the wall until he gets a new battery for it. Thank goodness they do deliveries now. So hopefully they're having that delivered. Alishan, eagerly waiting the Cali Reds. If you ship Monday, would they arrive on Wednesday? Do you know what? Crystals, pets, and plants. Alishan, I'll tell you what. If they would arrive Wednesday or Thursday. It just depends. Colored Guppies got some guppies from me this past week. I put them in Monday. He got them on Thursday. Sometimes I've had real runs here, by the way, with 2 days. So it's I had one that I shipped out not that long ago in it was north of the Quad Cities by 70 miles. He got in 2 days. That's so who knows? The U.S. Postal Service, everybody. You don't have to be old to die in rock and roll. That's correct. Drugs are bad. Plane wrecks are bad. 2-day run, stay hydrated. I'll tell you what, talk about stay hydrated. We're under an excessive heat warning right now. In fact, I'm at the point where I think I have to raise my temperature in the house because it's not keeping up. In fact, let me do that right now. Okay, I've raised it to 72 degrees. 72, everybody. Oh, 71 for the high. We're getting cold front through. So tomorrow's high is going to be 82 degrees. It was 82 today at like 6 a.m. So there you go. The thing about about doing shipping, by the way. Yeah, it's been hotter than heck. Crystal and beautiful Joplin Mo. Joplin Mo being hammered. We're supposed to get to 97 today. 97 degrees, everybody. Keep track of that at home. It's that's real weather. Your favorite old girl band is back together, Lunatic Fringe. There you go. We're really low temps for this time of year. It's going to be 100 here today. It should be 110 to 115. Yeah. Had tornadoes in the Philly area the other day. No ATMs were harmed. Thank God. Tornadoes in Toms River, New Jersey. How messed up is that? Yeah, tornadoes in Jersey, they don't happen very often. I lived there for a bunch of years. I know Jersey. It's going in and having Scarlet Sins, modern metal. Yeah, there you go. My favorite new modern metal band, if you're not familiar with them, is Graveworm. Graveworm. Yeah, it's 97 degrees with 80% humidity. Exactly correct. Exactly correct. And I'm going to do this on the computer instead of asking Alexa. Who listens to you 24/7. It's right now it's 92 degrees at 12:15 Central Time. That's why I had to raise my temp to 90 or to 72, and I'll probably have to put it by 74 by the end of the day. The good news is we may not hit all the way to 97, which is good. And by 9 p.m., it'll be in the 80s. Rain overnight. Yeah. Hopefully not too much. I need to mow my lawn. And I'm just not doing it at this temperature. Not doing this at that temperature at all. Yeah, you must have gotten hit, Crystal, with that. Because you're up, what? You're near Kansas City, Kansas. You're like in northern part of Kansas. Mikey, where in Kansas? Are you close to Kansas City? Yeah, Graveworm is a dandy group. Yep, Kansas City, Kansas. I knew you were in Kansas. And, I could be in Kansas in 10 minutes if I wanted to be. In Salina, Kansas, or Salina. Salina, Kansas, I think that's right. By the way, in Missouri, there's a controversial. There's a there's a whole different line of thinking of how to pronounce the state. Some people, most of the people in my neck of the state, call it Missouri. If you go into the eastern part, northeastern part, they call it Missouri. I call it Missouri. We have to get I have to get set up a time with fish keepers to meet them like in the middle of Missouri or something like that and hang out and have lunch one day. That'd be fun. I have to go out and get more plastic gloves because my hands have cuts all over them. That's nice, isn't it? Good times. Nuclear Blast Records out of Deutschland, Alemania, or Germany. In Latin America and Spanish, they call Germany Alemania. Don't ask me why. And of course, over in Krautlandia, they call it Deutschland. France, they call either France or France or cheese eaters. I don't know what they do. So, and by the way, for those of you who think that I'm being tough on the Germans, I am. My last name is German. I'm a German American. So there you go. Do you know what? I don't think I can make it because we have the date for Aquashella again. Let me look this up. We have what's the date on that again? Yeah, I can't make it, and I'll tell you why. I knew I couldn't make it. My company is changing over its computer systems. It's like a Fish Geek convention, Doug Gray, where you can go out and hang out with the fellow fish people. And there was a big one up in Secaucus, New Jersey, called the Aquatic Experience, which is gone. Elizabeth, Florida Fish Rescue. Hey, thank you very much. Sharing is caring. Exactly correct. Thank you so much. Then there's the Keystone Clash. Doug, you're in Pennsylvania. Do you go to the Keystone Clash? Ali Sean, do you go to the Keystone Clash? Hang out with fellow fish geeks? I'm hoping my fish club, no clash for you. I'm trying to figure out if my, speaking of, Northwest Arkansas Aquarium Society. Wondering if they're getting together to start doing meetings. Probably not anymore because now everybody's getting, the Rona again. How many people do you guys have known who've gotten COVID in the last month or so? I'm on number 8. Don Gallagher's German Irish. There you go. Yeah, I like doing those things, Rico Stan. I like going to those convention type deals. Melvin! Yeah, it's so my Scottish Italian, yeah. I'm going to tell you something. My my office, they're putting in a brand new computer system that it starts on Monday. So it's gonna be like Monday, Tuesday, it's like a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday thing. And I've got to be sharp because if all of a sudden, something happens bad, it's not good. So I have to meet with the computer installers. Anybody who's gone through this at the office, you know what I'm talking about. They go in, you meet with them, you configure it. Even though technically we're with the same system, we're just going to a newer version of it. Stuff is supposed to transfer over easily. How much do you believe in that? I don't. I every time I've done it, there's always something that doesn't work. So you sit there, they turn it on for you. It's usually they arrive on Monday. You meet with them. They do things with the staff. You're eating a lot of pizza at the office. Then they tell you yes or no, or maybe so, and that's how it gets done. No problem, Don Gallagher. Lurk away. Again, gang, if you come and lurk, I'm no jerk. You can do that. I have no problem. I appreciate everybody who comes in, no matter if they're here for 5 minutes or they're here for the entire hour. Welcome to the club. Yeah, so it's, by the way, being French and German, my French side is always lifting up a white flag, waving at the German section. It's crazy. In fact, I'll tell you is that in both world wars, my family were there to beat back those crowds. My great uncle Gilbert, and I was way too young as a kid. He'd come and stay with us at Thanksgiving or Christmas. He was a World War I vet. He lied about his age. He was like 16 when he went to war. And he got mustard gassed by the Germans, trench warfare, just awful. And I was too young and dumb to ask him real questions. So if you have people, older folks in your family, especially if you have some of the greatest generations still alive, ask them questions. Those guys are now in their 90s. So if you are blessed enough to have one of those guys in your house, just you're very fortunate. Yeah, it's going from an old system to SAP. Yeah, massage the data slowly and carefully. Yeah, no, I know. And the good news is they're doing it. We have installers coming to town. So my hope is that I think they leave Friday morning or Thursday night. My hope is they get me up and running on Wednesday. I'm on it and I can monitor it and make sure it's working as it's supposed to be working. By the way, gang, next Saturday I won't be here. My company is bringing us to a convention. So we're going to a business convention. Not that exciting. We're only going to Branson. So it's like, see, like the Gatlin brothers or Tony Orlando, or I won't do that. I'll end up going to, they have a cocktail party. I'll go have a couple of, stingers for going from there. I know, Mike. Yeah, I hope they are minimal. The good news is they're the same computer system. So it's just updated operating software, updated, but it works on the same type of language for my use. When I program things into the computer system, it's basically using the same language. So hopefully it means nothing. It's just relatively smooth. I did one of those upgrades about 10 years ago when I worked in New York City, and it went smooth. They just turned it on, and it wasn't like there was no issues. It was perfect. When I was in Little Rock a little over 2 years ago, we did a complete change to a different system. So the people were in, they installed it, they left, and the entire new system failed for me. Other parts of the company didn't have a problem with it, but at my little end of the company, it crashed. Cooper Aquatics! And so they had to log in and rebuild it from bottom up. So that was great. Yeah, Rico Stan, I don't know. This isn't that old of a version. I think we're like 5-6 years in on this one. It still runs well. It occasionally it'll lock up a little bit. For some of the departments in my office, it works perfectly fine. Mine is probably takes up more computer power than anybody else, and that creates a problem. So it has been creating a problem. So yeah, I don't think they've waited too long. It's I've done these things where they bring in a new computer system at the office, and it's like if you wait too long to upgrade your laptop and you try to transfer stuff over and it doesn't go that well. Yeah. Yeah, not good whatsoever. I prefer, by the way, when you do these upgrades, I prefer they get you online. I have the most complex thing they're going to do. I hope they do me first because there's just more to go wrong. If anything goes wrong, just say it's Rico Stan's fault. Of course. Yeah, I'm looking forward to this very much. It's once I'm about 24 hours in, if it's all going smooth, everything is good. If it isn't, that's when there's going to be an issue. So yeah, I would love to go to Aquashella. Again, I can't. Let's see what other things are going on. I don't know, just been getting junk done around the house, getting stuff done, dealing with fish stuff. You know how it goes. I have to remember next week that I'll have 2 days without fresh baby brine shrimp. My deal will be off for a couple of days. Slack and crack. Excellent. Great having you here. So getting back to the subject, on the newbie front, just remember this. Hey, Fish Fam Christmas is around $2,000 in donations. Excellent, Rico Stan. Hey, if you want to put that link up here for people to sign up, feel free to. And I know that people would want to help. You thought the subject was music? We're talking Grave Worm and the Scorpions and some Canadian lady metal band. Do any of you guys have Sirius XM? Anybody here have Sirius XM? My channel now, my go-to music channel, almost enough for a new Subaru. That's correct. Thank God, Ali Sean, it was about time we had the Subaru take. Okay, excellent, Rico Stan. Question, just getting to guppy line breeding. Why do some strains have specific females and other Moscows seem to want females of a certain color? I've not worked with Moscows, but what people generally are trying to do is that if they're going for, if they're breeding for, like the Moscow type of setup, they'll look for females that have the right coloration, the right size, make sure they don't have any bent spines, all that sort of stuff. And yeah, good times. So Sirius XM 314, by the way, for those of you who have it, 314, that's been my jam lately. Faction Punk channel 314. Used to use Sirius, but I'm no longer commute or spending time in the car, so I stopped my subscription. I know I can listen at home too, but I prefer other sources. That's fine. Yeah, I was just giving that tip out. I signed up. I went on a road trip and just essentially listened to either metal, new wave, or punk or sports. During my 22 hours in the car. Yep. You're right. 18, the Beatles channel. 20, the Springsteen channel. That's about all I listen to. I go in. There's a Grateful Dead channel as well. There's also Dave Matthews Band, Garth Brooks, U2, and I think they have the Petty channel. That's right. Yeah, the Tom Petty channel. I'll go sort of back and forth on some of those. A lot of these songs, you can't stand the Dave Matthews Band. Ed and I were on the Aquatic Morning Show. We brought your name up as well as Peter's. Thank you very much, Lunatic Fringe. Chewy, that's good. It if you go and you look, by the way, gang, at my deal is that I've heard some of this music so many times. It's not that I don't like it. I just don't want to hear it again or for a long time. My big brother is totally different. He loves listening to those, the old stuff and the stuff that reminds him of his far passed away youth. I prefer listening to new things, new ideas. There's some of it I don't like, some of it I do. It's like, anything. Not bringing up Doug Gray's names is never a good idea. Good times. Let's see what other little things that are going on. Yeah, again, it's just picking out the right females that you want. Using males that are absolutely superior. Some guppy breeders, and Doug, you may have a different thought on this because Doug, I give a lot of weight to Doug on these things. VB23, what's up, homies? Is that some guppy breeders who are, good, elite, IFGA style breeders will put 2 males in with 3 or 4 females. The males being, practically identical, and the females being the biggest females they got from a drop 3 months before. I don't do that. Here's what I do. I do 1 male, 2 or 3 females. The male's the right male. Put him in there. It's works relatively well for me. So there you go. Better to bring your name up, Doug Gray, than breakfast. It's true. Absolutely true. Now, what do you guys have going on this weekend? Just hanging out at the home, or are you going to try to get out? I'm hoping the rain doesn't last too long overnight, so tomorrow I can get out, do junk in cool weather. I'm in favor of that. You're hanging in Florida till Friday? My pothos has finally started to root. Excellent. We're in Florida. Not sure if I'm allowed outside. I'll check with the police. I'll tell you what. It's I have Clearwater, Florida. I am naturally somebody that I can be a little agoraphobic. Not in a bad way, but but if you have any agoraphobia going on, yeah, just go from there. Excellent. Stephen P. 2003 Aquatics. Not a newbie, but I'm here anyways. Na boo boo. Yep. Hello, everyone. Hope you're all well. How's it going, Daniel? Get vaccinated, guys and gals. I'm Team Moderna, and I'm not trying to virtue signal. Here's the deal, everybody. on the vaccine thing. Don't go to a fish tube channel expecting health advice. Go to your doctor. Don't read a weird website. Go to your doctor. Pfizer gang there. For most people, not all, most people, they'll say get the vaccination. I know 8 people who've come down with COVID at least 8 people in the last, agoraphobia, but not in a bad way. You know what I'm talking about? A bad way is if you cannot go outside. I can leave my front door, but I can be a little shy and a little agoraphobic. All right. One of the guys, this guy's like 60, but he's like a runner. Great shape. It's he is now on a ventilator. So, yeah, and he didn't have anything against the vaccine. You know, there you go. That's right, Stephen P. Why leave? Agoraphobics. Yeah. I have a fear of the outside. S, what's up? Yeah, but let's see. Ooh, there's an agoraphobia test. Let me see. Let me take that, and I'll see if I see how much I qualify. What other fish tube channel brings you somewhere? Do I have agoraphobia? Take our quiz. All right. Da, 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 da. Do you feel consistent, intense anxiety while using public transportation, while in crowded, open, or enclosed spaces? Well, I think the answer is yes. Does being outside of your home cause you a great deal of anxiety? Sure. Yeah, I think sometimes it does. Does certain situations or places you don't leave them, such as elevators, crowd trains, movie theaters, or concerts? No, I'm okay with that. Have you intensely been afraid of embarrassing yourself in a public place? Yes. Certain places or situations interfered with your personal or professional life? Sure. Do you avoid leaving your house unless you have a companion with you? No, because then I never leave the South. Have you ever experienced a panic attack? One time. Have you canceled plans? Yes. No, I've not hyperventilated. No, I don't have that fear. Thought of being in a confined space. All right, let's see here. They're going to send an email. So we have it coming to... Let's see how I'm doing, everybody. They're running it right now. Oh, it's highly likely. Woohoo! So you see, I am an agoraphobic. I took the test. Rice fish is better than guppies. Stop that. Stop saying. I'm afraid of being in a line at Pat Steaks now. Well, Doug, I'd be scared anytime you're out anywhere near Philadelphia after midnight. There was Doug sent this news story to me. 2 guys get into a fight, and one of the guys that was being beaten up on, he pulled out a gun and killed the guy that was attacking him. And the guy attacking him, let's just say, This guy was, it looked like he would be ordering 5 cheesesteaks from Pat Steaks. Doug Ray, am I right? He was healthy. Yeah, by the way, I've gotten Ken's fish. I've not gotten, I have gotten flakes from him. I like them. I have, in fact, I have to get some now. Protein wafers. Yeah, it was, if that's chunky, Doug Gray, it's, this guy was monstrously overweight. He was a good eater. Yeah, it's, if you're getting in a fight over a parking spot, gang, there's bigger things to get into a fight over. Now, I get it. You're in the city in Philadelphia. Sometimes getting a parking spot can be tough, even at 1 a.m. But here's my number one, because I can go for the extra walking. When I go to the store, I always park as far out as possible. So I'll park out a long way. Better thing to argue about. Best fish food. Yeah, it's for Guppies. It's baby brine shrimp, number 1. Number 2, Doug Ray's high protein food's pretty good. I like that. I get a couple other different flakes. I got most recently from AmericanBrineShrimp.com. I like them. I really like, it's just, there's a number of things I like. I've gotten from Ken's Fish. You don't think extra walking in South Philly after 1 a.m. is a good idea? Probably not. Well, you be able to dodge those bullets. Bullet dodging in South Philly. New exercise. Sounds like a new tourist attraction. It's a new extreme sport. Evade the drive-by. It's Nathan from Sheboygan. This week he goes to Chicago and dodges some drive-bys. Yeah, you only have to dodge the stray bullets. Most of them are intended for someone else. Exactly correct. Yeah, dodge the bad ones. Go from there. Danny Ken Aquatics. All is good in the hood. What's up, Kenny? It's it's all good. It's just been such a busy week, everyone. I'm so happy that we're getting a cold front in tonight. Mid-90s all week long here. Got discharged from the Navy in South Philly in 1986. Great bars back then. Been out in groups of 6 people. Drunken sailors. I'm ready for football. Hey, how about that Carson Wentz? Looks like he's out for the season. Unbelievable. By the way, speaking of the whole Carson Wentz thing, and we got a couple of Philadelphia people in here, so you guys know more about this than I do. But my impression seems to be that Doug Peterson, who was the coach, totally had lost the team. Totally had lost the team. Jalen Hurts is the quarterback in Philadelphia. Jalen Hurts. Yeah, so that's the deal. Jalen Hurts. And he's I think could be a really good NFL quarterback. I think one of the problems is I think Jalen Hurts is a leader. He may not, Carson Wentz is the prototypical quarterback. He's the right height. He runs the right speed. He can throw, he has a good throwing motion. Yeah, Alishawn, Jets fan. And our favorite Zach Wilson is now in training camp, everybody. In training camp. Zach Wilson's mother's pretty attractive. Zach Wilson, is he a Mormon kid? Is he going to have to leave after 2 years and go on a 2-year Mormon mission, or has he already done that? Has he already done his Mormon mission? Jerry, you think Utah State, you're thinking Mormon kid, and he's got the nice teeth. Last year for Kirk Cousins, absolutely. Oh. But the good news about Cousins, if I can give something about him, is that he's getting paid half the money as Dak Prescott, who's also injured. Oh, he paid off the Mormons, so he doesn't have to go on the mission trip. Elder Zach. And so there you go. Carson Wentz, everybody. Well, at the end of this contract year, maybe Aaron Rodgers will be a Viking. My beloved Minnesota Vikings, by the way, gang, they have not drafted a quarterback since the late 90s. It has been basically 20 years since they've drafted a quarterback that turned out. I mean, I don't know what the hell's going on in their draft room, but nuts. Skull, absolutely. My dad was an original Viking season ticket holder. Just hoping Justin Fields pans out. By the way, Rico Stan, I think he will. I think this guy, if he's a leader on the field, and I saw some of that in his senior year at Ohio State, I think he could be there. Joe Cap, Bring back Joe Cap. Is he dead? He may be dead. Fish Fam Football, is that back again this year? I'm in. All right, gang. Thank you guys so much. We've been here for a little over an hour. Thank you very much. You, and all of you have an amazing weekend. We'll see you on Monday.